If you're over 60 and your erections aren't as strong as they used to be, there's one daily habit you may want to look at before you start blaming your age. And no, I'm not talking about a magic vitamin. I'm not talking about some expensive supplement. And I'm definitely not going to tell you that one food will suddenly make you feel 30 again. I'm talking about something much simpler. How much of your day you spend sitting. You sit in the morning with your coffee. You sit in the car. You sit at your desk. You sit down for lunch. Then you sit in front of the television at night. And by the end of the day, you may have spent hours barely moving. The problem isn't sitting down. The problem is staying there for hours without giving your body a reason to move. And after 60, that pattern deserves more attention because healthy erections depend on healthy blood vessels, nerves, hormones, and your overall health. So today, let's talk about what may be happening, what you can change, and the simple habit I want you to start before this video ends. Here's the first thing I want every man over 60 to understand. Getting older can change sexual function. An erection may take longer. You may need more stimulation. Your erections may not be quite as firm as they were decades ago. But that doesn't mean every change should simply be dismissed as, well, I'm old now. Erectile problems become more common with age, but they're not something you should automatically accept as an inevitable part of getting older. That distinction matters, because when a man assumes everything is normal aging, he may stop looking for the things he can actually change. Maybe he stopped exercising. Maybe he's gained weight. Maybe he's smoking. Maybe he's drinking more than he used to. Maybe he's under constant stress. Maybe he's sleeping badly. Maybe he's taking a medication that could be contributing. Or maybe there's an underlying health problem that deserves attention. And here's where the story gets interesting. Your erection isn't operating independently from the rest of your body. An erection is, among other things, a blood flow event. When you're sexually stimulated, nerves signal blood vessels to relax and allow increased blood flow into the penis. That means your vascular health matters. And this is why doctors don't look at erectile problems as purely a bedroom issue. Conditions that affect blood vessels, including high blood pressure, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease, can also be connected to erectile problems. So the question isn't simply, how can I get a stronger erection? A better question is, what is happening to my overall health that could be affecting my erections? That's a much more useful question, because sometimes the penis is giving you information about the rest of your body. And one of the biggest things you can influence every single day is movement. Picture a typical day. You wake up, coffee, breakfast, you sit down, you drive somewhere, you sit again, you work, you sit again, you eat lunch, you sit again, you come home, you sit on the couch, you watch television, you go to bed. Nothing about that day feels dangerous. That's what makes it so easy to overlook. You didn't do anything dramatic. You didn't smoke a pack of cigarettes. You didn't eat 5 pizzas. You didn't drink a bottle of liquor. You simply didn't move very much. And insufficient physical activity is one of the lifestyle factors associated with erectile problems. That doesn't mean sitting automatically causes erectile dysfunction. It doesn't. Erectile problems are complicated, and different men have different causes. But if you're spending most of your waking hours sitting, improving your activity level is one of the practical areas worth addressing. And here's the good news. You don't need to become a marathon runner. This is where many men make another mistake. They hear the word exercise and imagine a gym, heavy weights, running, machines, 1-hour workouts 6 days a week. And then they think, that's not for me. But improving your activity doesn't have to start that way. You can start with walking. A short walk after a meal, a walk around your neighborhood, standing up during television commercials, taking the stairs when appropriate, walking while you're on the phone, doing some light movement around the house. The goal is to make movement part of your day instead of treating it like an event that only happens at the gym. And that's important because your body doesn't know that you're trying to exercise. It simply knows that you're moving. Here's the habit I want you to try. Don't wait until tomorrow morning. Don't wait until you buy new shoes. Don't wait until you join a gym. Start with this. Don't let yourself disappear into a chair for hours. Set a reminder. Every 30 to 60 minutes, get up, walk around, stretch, get some water, do a few minutes of light movement, then go back to whatever you were doing. That's it. You're not trying to burn 500 calories. You're not trying to build a six-pack. You're trying to break the pattern of interrupted inactivity. And if you're currently very inactive, start at a level that's appropriate for you. If you have significant heart or other medical problems, or you're unsure what level of activity is safe, talk with your healthcare professional before starting a new exercise program. Because the goal isn't to prove how tough you are, the goal is to become healthier. Now, here's something important. Let's say you start walking every day. Excellent. But if you're still smoking, drinking heavily, sleeping poorly, carrying excess weight, or ignoring conditions like diabetes and high blood pressure, you shouldn't expect one habit to solve everything. Sexual health is connected to the bigger picture. Smoking can damage blood vessels and contribute to erectile problems. Too much alcohol can make erectile problems worse. Being overweight can increase your risk. Stress and anxiety can contribute. Certain medications can contribute, and conditions such as diabetes and cardiovascular disease can play a role. That's why the goal isn't finding one secret trick. The goal is improving the system, your heart, your blood vessels, your metabolism, your sleep, your stress, your physical activity, your relationships, your overall health. And this is especially important for men over 60. You may be taking medications for blood pressure, depression, allergies, pain, prostate problems, or other conditions. Some medications can contribute to erectile problems, but here's what you should not do. Don't suddenly stop taking a prescription because you think it's affecting your erections. Instead, talk to your healthcare professional. There may be another medication, there may be a different dose, there may be another explanation entirely. Your doctor can look at the complete picture. That's much safer than trying to solve the problem yourself. Now, let's talk about something every man over 60 should know. Your penis contains blood vessels. Your heart contains blood vessels. Your brain contains blood vessels. Your entire cardiovascular system is connected. That's why persistent erectile problems can sometimes be a reason to look more closely at your cardiovascular health. So if you're experiencing persistent changes, don't just order a random supplement from the internet. Don't assume you need some miracle testosterone booster. And don't automatically tell yourself, I'm over 60, this is normal. Get checked, especially if the change is new, persistent, or accompanied by other health concerns. Sometimes the smartest thing you can do for your sexual health is to take better care of your cardiovascular health. So let's make this practical. Here are 5 habits to focus on. Number 1, move every day. Walk, stretch, do appropriate exercise. Start where you are. Consistency matters more than trying to become an athlete overnight. Number 2, break up long periods of sitting. If you've been sitting for an hour, get up, move around. Your body was designed to move. Number 3, if you smoke, work towards quitting. If quitting is difficult, get professional help. Don't think of quitting as losing something, think of it as protecting your circulation and your future health. Number 4, be careful with alcohol. If you drink heavily, cutting back can be an important part of improving your overall health and may help with erectile problems. Number 5, get persistent problems checked. This may be the most important one. If your erections have consistently changed, talk to a healthcare professional. Erectile problems can have many different causes, and finding the cause gives you a much better chance of finding the right solution. Now, let's make this even easier. Tomorrow morning, after your coffee, don't immediately sit back down. Walk for 2 minutes. After lunch, walk for 5 minutes if you're able. If you've been watching television for an hour, stand up, walk to the kitchen, come back. Do it again later. If you're talking on the phone, walk around the room. If you're working at a desk, interrupt the sitting. These tiny decisions don't look impressive, but health isn't built from one impressive decision. It's built from hundreds of ordinary decisions repeated over years, and after 60, those decisions matter. There's also something else you need to hear. Be careful with miracle promises.
There's an entire industry built around convincing men that they're one pill, powder, seed, vitamin, or drink away from a stronger erection. Don't fall for every promise you see online. Some products marketed for sexual enhancement can contain hidden or unsafe ingredients, and supplements can interact with medications. You don't need to be embarrassed about wanting better sexual health, but you also don't need to be manipulated by unrealistic promises. The strongest foundation is boring. Move, sleep, eat well, don't smoke, limit excessive alcohol, manage your health conditions, reduce chronic stress, maintain healthy relationships, and get persistent problems evaluated. That's not as exciting as a miracle pill, but it's real. So if you're over 60 and you've noticed your erections aren't what they used to be, don't panic and don't be ashamed, but don't automatically dismiss it either. Your body is changing, that's normal, but age